I've been shipwrecked, but I survived. Scripture reference. Acts 27, 21, 25, 41, 44. Life has a way of throwing us into uncharted waters. One moment you're sailing smoothly, and the next you're clinging to pieces of what once was. Some of us know what it's like to lose control, to crash into the rocks, to be left floating in the aftermath of broken dreams, broken relationships, or broken faith. But I came to preach to somebody today. Not about the crash, but about the survival. Like the Apostle Paul, I can testify. I've been shipwrecked, but I survived. The storm was out of your control. Acts 27, 14 to 20. Paul didn't choose the storm. Sometimes you don't sign up for the struggle. You're caught in someone else's decisions. This wasn't Paul's rebellion, it was Rome's route. But it was still his storm. Some of the things that tried to drown you weren't even your fault. Don't jump ship. Stay with the vessel, kids 27, 30, 31. In the storm, the temptation is to abandon ship, to walk away from marriage, to give up on ministry, to stop trusting God. But Paul warned, stay with the ship. The word will hold you when the waves can't. Acts 27, 23, 25. Paul stood up in the middle of the chaos and declared, be of good cheer, for I believe God. You may lose the ship, but you won't lose the promise. Acts 27, 41. The ship didn't survive, but the people did. Sometimes God lets what carried you fall apart, so you'll learn to trust Him more than the vessel. You're still floating on broken pieces at Acts 27, 43, 44. You may not have all your strength. You may be floating on fragments of peace or leftover hope, but you're still afloat. I survived. Let the record show. I've been lied on, but I survived. I've been abandoned, but I survived. I've been shipwrecked, but I survived. The storm didn't stop the promise. The pain didn't cancel the purpose. Isaiah 43, 2. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee. Say it with me. I've been shipwrecked, but I survived. By imagine this with me. The storm has passed, the sea has calmed, and what once was a mighty ship now lies shattered along the shore. The waves have ceased, the thunder has stopped roaring, the lightning has stopped dancing across the once dark and angry skies. The winds have all but ceased from blowing fiercely and boisterously. Everything has calmed down. The aftermath of the storm was devastating. Everyone survived, but the ship was totally destroyed and broken into pieces. Imagine with me being there and having survived. Everyone is talking amongst themselves about how they almost didn't make it. But God sent an angel to tell Paul that everyone would make it out alive. After everyone makes it shore, I turn to the ship and I begin to have a conversation with it. I imagine it would go somewhat like this. Ship, can I ask you something? Yes, preacher. What happened out there? I did what I was built to do. I carried people through calm seas and crashing waves. But the storm hit harder than expected. And I broke. But even in my brokenness, they made it. They made it to shore. On my pieces. My God, did you hear that, church? You didn't make it because you had a full boat. You made it on broken pieces. I've been shipwrecked, but I survived. I've been broken, but I still believe. I've been through the storm, but I made it to the shore. I was never meant to last forever. But if my brokenness helped a man of God reach his purpose, then I fulfilled mine. I was a shipwreck, but I was part of a miracle. That's it for now. If this episode has been a blessing to you, please share it with someone and let them know that it is possible to survive the storms of life after being shipwrecked. Sometimes the pieces and broken fragments that's left are what God uses to help us survive. Join us next time as we dive into another powerful episode. Rise up and be made whole. You don't want to miss it.